Hey everyone, PushingUProses here. I just wanted to give you guys a brief first impressions video about Broken Age, the first act in the new Double Fine adventure game that's been in production for almost 2 years now. It had a very successful Kickstarter, and I've been ready for a new adventure game from the mind of Tim Schafer for a long time now. As you guys know, Grim Fandango is one of my favorite games of all time, and the Monkey Island series is also up there on my list as well. So my expectations were so fucking high for this game. I backed the Kickstarter, and the more time that went by, the more I kept convincing myself that it can't possibly be as good as Schafer's previous adventure games. So was Broken Age worth the wait, and is it worth your time as an adventure gamer? The answer, my friends, is yes. I love this game so far. Right from the beginning of the episode, I felt very engaged. Seriously, this game melts my weird goth heart. Right when I started the game, it presented me with a dialogue, quote, puzzle, which reminded me of Grim Fandango, and I love that. I love going through dialogue options. It's very reminiscent of the dialogue choices from Grim Fandango and Monkey Island.
Choco Rockets?
Yikes. No way.
Cinnamons?
I think I'd rather eat a bug.
Honey holograms?
No thanks, computer.
Nebulumps?
Yuck. You know I hate that.
Soylent Dreams?
And on that note, I found the humor style to be somewhere in between Grim Fandango and Monkey Island. And Monkey Island always had a zany to goofy to silly sense of humor. Nothing really dark going on there. It was all goofy all the time. Grim Fandango has this insanely clever and witty sense of humor, and Broken Age is right there in the middle. It's very smart, and I think Elijah Wood was actually a good casting choice for Shay, one of the main characters. He does an excellent job of portraying a kind-hearted, young-at-heart type of a character. The graphics had always looked kind of odd to me. In fact, early on when I was following the development, I wasn't really sold on it. But in playing the game, I think it suits the mood perfectly. This game basically had me squeeing at all the cutesy characters, and there's an abundance of them, and quirking my brow at some of the more mysterious characters, like this one who you're not sure if you're supposed to trust or not.
I've installed the fusion orb inhibitor.
Great. Now when we push this button, the ship's shields will come down. But before we do that, we need to get manual control of those cargo boom arms.
I swear to God that is Riff Raff from Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Hello.
The music is reminiscent of adventure games past and really fits the atmosphere of wherever your character is exploring. Before we go any further, I would like to point out something incredibly important. There's a character made out of yarn called Nesmith. Mike Nesmith from the Monkees wore a knitted hat. Monkees reference? Probably not, but in my heart, it totally is.
Well, I wouldn't really buy anything like that, you know.
Some not-so-vague references are the Star Trek ones sprinkled throughout the game in the form of dialogue.
Make it so.
Love it. You can switch between Shay and the female character, Vela, during the game, but I honestly didn't see a reason to switch while I was playing their missions, so I played through each mission first. I'm not going to go into a huge plot synopsis here because I'm trying to avoid spoilers. Both characters have their own unique stories, and I can honestly say some of it's pretty fucked up. Even though the graphics are quite childlike and cutesy, a lot of the story has incredibly dark undertones, which I really appreciate as an adventure gamer. I like an engaging story more than anything, and I feel like that's what I'm getting from this game, plus a lot of nostalgia because it reminds me of being a kid and discovering a new adventure game for the first time. I do feel like some of the parts dragged on, but this may be because I was so anxious to figure out what was going on that I became impatient with myself and with the game. Some seasoned gamers may find the puzzles to be too easy. It honestly doesn't bother me personally because I'm more concerned with a detailed storyline. I also think the upcoming parts are going to be a little more challenging. In my opinion, I thought it was a smart move to implement some easier puzzles in the first act so it piques people's interest and keeps their attention enough to play the second part. Then maybe the puzzles will be ramped up. So in conclusion, if you're not keen on heavy dialogue or inventory style puzzles, this may not be the game for you, but I highly recommend trying it first to see if Broken Age is the exception. I hope this quick first impression review piqued your interest, and I'm curious to know what you guys think as well. Thanks for watching.